Uh, Hi, it's me, Sailor Earth, Ernest here. Well, you already knew that, 'cause I got my name on my shirt, which is something in my films and my show that I never did. Now, anyway, so today's film is going to be talking about, you know, what I actually liked about the Dic And Cloverway Offshoot. Because you hear so many folks out there talking about how what they did not like and what they hated and everything. But at the end of the day, you never hear about what anyone liked about it. You know? The first thing that I liked about it was the saga, the tale. You know, a lot of folks bitch about how, oh, Dic and Cloverway don't stay trusting to the show. Well, they do. Alright? Yes, it's true they may have skipped over. It's true that Dic may have skipped over some of the other followings of the first of the mini sagas of the first following. But at the end of the day, I think that Dic just skipped over them on the grounds that there were too many followings for them to work with, and folks would not have the time to sit through and watch every one of those followings leading up to when Sailor Moon or Serena meets up with the others. But the followings that they did keep, they did follow the saga and tale. Yes, there were some shifts made in it, but at the end of the day, the sagas and tales were the same sagas and tales as any one of them. Alright? I also did like the songs. I know a lot of folks out there didn't like the songs, but I like the songs. You know, the songs that they would play during all of the sagas, you know, and how everyone had their own song, you know. How when everybody had their own song and everything. And I also liked the Sailor Says. Now I know a lot of folks, scave and bitch about, you know, those things. But I think that those were there, that you could learn something from them. Alright? Anyone could watch one of those and learn something. And I know a lot of folks scave that kind of thing and say that what someone's teaching someone is dumb, but in some ways, that was the only learning that some folks were going to learn at that time. And yes, it's true, Dic had to put that in there of a FCC oversight at the time that said that certain spans on the Farseer had to be for learning. And if your show was not a learning show, you had to follow it and you had to put something in there that would be seen as learning. So that's why Dic put it in there. But I liked it because it would teach you about, things, you know, if you actually took the time to learn. Um, Another thing that I also liked about the Cloverway one, I know a lot of folks don't like that one either, is that they did seek to be closer to the Toei offshoot, but not that close, you know. And I also liked how they had the names, how they went with names that anyone speaking English would understand. The Latin borrowed names, the French borrowed names, the Greek or Hellenic borrowed names. Because I don't really think that a lot of children at that time would understand those Dawnlandish or Japanese or Dawnlandish borrowed names. Now, there might have been some folks out there that was learning more than one speech out there or spoke another speech, but I don't really know if too many of them out there were speaking Dawnlandish as their two-forward speech. So I did like how they did choose those names. you know? And I did like how things were, yeah. I did like how things were cleaned out. You really didn't really have to be, you didn't have to be over, you didn't have to show all the over fighting, but at least they had enough in there that you could see what was going on. Now I know there are Sailor Moon followers out there who believe that Dic And Cloverway was, besmirched it and whatever, and that you're not a true Sailor Moon follower if you like it, but if that's your belief and thought, well, good for you. I mean, you can't make it true, but if that's what you believe and that's what you think, then good for you then. And yes, there was a lot of South Hood crafting. You know, you did see how the South Hoods, you did see how all the selves, went through things, you know, and everyone had their own thing that they did in the show. I like that too. So, at the end of the day, a lot of folks out there can put a lot of on look to Viz if they want and say, "Oh, this is a Sailor Moon we should have gotten back in the day." But when I think of Sailor Moon, the Sailor Moon that I sometimes got up early enough, to watch on UPN and WB and Fox and USA and Cartoon, whatever. That was the Sailor Moon I saw. Not the Viz one, but the Dic and the Cloverway or whatever, the Pioneer, whatever, Pathseeker, Offshoot. When I think of Sailor Moon, those are the two ones that come up first before any other one. Now that might give me some hate in the Sailor Moon followership out there for saying that, but oh well, that's my thought and belief. You know? So, at the end of the day, I just telling you some of the things I liked about the Dic and the Cloverway offshoot of Sailor Moon. It was Pathseeker that did the third and fourth followings. But I'm telling you why I liked all of them. Giving my thoughts and belief. Because you always hear so much about folks out there, bitching about it or scathing it. You know. So if I'm the only one out there that actually liked it, and there are some other folks out there besides me who did, well then, good. So that's it. If you liked, so at the end of the day, if you liked it, great. If you didn't like it, oh well, then great for you then too. So if you like that film, then follow us here. Follow us over here. It's gonna be here. I'm making mistakes. It's gonna be there. And watch our film that we made yesterday over here. I'm Sailor Earth Ernest, and I hope you like this film. You know what I mean?